Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, you are. No, that's not how I'm about to reintroduce myself. Hi, my name is Lola Fetuga, and this is my story. I'm making this reintroduction video because of the way my channel is going to go from now. My videos are going to be pivoted towards self-improvement, self-development, personal stories, and basically how far God has brought me, because I want people to be able to learn from my life, from my story, because many a times people tend to run away from their stories because they feel like they are not good enough, or they feel like their story is too broken, or they feel like people will not accept them for who they are because of what they've been through. But that is not what I'm about. I am about sharing my story to encourage other people to know that they are good enough as they are. It doesn't matter what you have been through, it doesn't matter where you are now, it doesn't matter how big your dreams and goals are. You are good as you are because God adds a certain level of brokenness to our stories for a reason. Every human being must go through a phase of brokenness, a series of brokenness to become who you've been destined to be. Even Jesus had to go through brokenness. He had to be broken. He had to be crushed for him to bring salvation to mankind. So there is no reason and no way on earth why you should feel bad, or you should feel not good enough, or you should feel like nobody wants to hear from you, nobody wants to see you, just because what you went through was perhaps too bad to be heard, too bad to be seen. No matter how bad it was, no matter how broken you have been, your story is valid. Your story is needed. The world needs to hear your story. We are all here for a grand purpose. We are all here for one ultimate reason on earth, and everybody has their role to play. And for you to be able to fully live out your role, it means that you have to be able to go through some level of brokenness, and in your brokenness you should learn a lot of lessons. In your brokenness lies your purpose. In your brokenness lies your reason to live. In your brokenness lies your story. Without your brokenness, your story will be bland. Without your brokenness, your story will not be sweet. Without your brokenness, people will not be able to connect and communicate and understand where you are coming from, because they do not understand your brokenness. Not everybody has to understand your brokenness. Not everybody has to accept you for who you are, or for even what you've been through. But that's fine. There are some people that are out there to learn from you, that are there to understand your journey, because there are a lot of people connected to you in some ways that can relate to your journey and relate to your brokenness. So don't feel like you're not good enough, because you are good enough. Your story is valid. The reason I am taking my channel to this level is because this is a platform where I want to be able to share myself undiluted and really help people, because I know that many people tend to run away from themselves. I ran away from myself for a very long time. I ran away from myself just because I felt like I was not good enough, just because I felt like the things that happened to me in life, or the things that happened for me in life, were not worthy enough to be heard, were not worthy enough to be accepted, were not worthy enough for me to face. But I have faced myself. I have gone through my own level of learning, awakening, and trying to understand who I am at the core, and still am, because learning yourself is a life's journey. You never really reach the end. But I have reached a point in my journey where I have built unshakable confidence. I have built untamable confidence. I have built untamable understanding of myself enough to know that you can't shame me, because I've shamed myself enough. I've shamed my story enough. And you can't shame me. Sorry, you can't. Because when people shame you, it is just a reflection of the parts of themselves they run away from. I was watching a movie recently and I just could not get myself to watch some scenes because I could relate to it. So I guess that's why I was triggered. If you watch Baby Reindeer, there were some parts in that movie where this guy had to go through some series of molestation from somebody who was his mentor and was trying to help him in the industry and help his career. I just could not bring myself to watch some of those scenes because they just were triggering, because having to go through having to be molested without your consent, or having to be touched without your consent, is just very triggering, demeaning, and can make you feel less of yourself. But I want to let you know that if you are someone who has experienced any form of molestation, if you are someone who has experienced any form of sexual abuse, whatever extremes it may be, I want you to know that you are good enough. You are good enough. Many people who have gone through certain kinds of molestation, sexual abuse, they tend to feel less of themselves. And many a times, some of these people end up having to give their bodies out too much, or they tend to go into prostitution or runs, or they tend to just be on social media showing so much skin, showing so much body, just because you may feel like that is the prerequisite to be loved, to be seen, and to be heard. No, just because you went through a certain form of abuse or molestation does not mean that is your prerequisite to be loved. Your body is not a prerequisite to be honored. Your body is not a prerequisite for anybody to show you attention. Just showing your body on social media or having to sleep with so many people is not going to make you feel worthy. In fact, it will make you feel more broken than you have ever been. It will make you feel more lost than you have ever been. So you need to be able to come back and find yourself for who you truly are. Okay, so there are certain situations surrounding my birth, and those situations is something that I could have just taken on and flown with the story that, oh, this is what happened surrounding my birth, so I need to be sorry for. Please cry for me. Please always help me. Please, I need help. So many a times we tend to use our circumstances as an excuse, as a gate pass, but many a times your circumstances are not supposed to be that exploited for free passes or for pity from men. Because when you are pitied and when people sorry for you, they can't really see you in your full potential. They can't see you evolve to your full potential. You yourself cannot see yourself evolve into who you are called to be, because you are running from a place of pity when you should be running your life from a standpoint of strength, because your brokenness is made to strengthen you. Your brokenness is made to strengthen your story. Your brokenness is made to strengthen your purpose. Your purpose is embedded in your brokenness. In whatever way you've experienced hurt, in whatever way you've experienced pain, or you've had an experience where you're like, I wish this never happened to me. I wish this never happened to me. It could be in love, it could be in your personal life, it could be in your family, it could be in friendships, it could be in business. There are so many ways that you've been broken. Your purpose, go back and think of what that story really is. Your purpose is embedded in that story. Your purpose is embedded in that brokenness. So that part of you that you keep running away from is where your purpose lies. You can't keep running away from your purpose except you want to leave this earth without fulfilling your purpose. A true life lived is a life where you are able to fulfill purpose. A true life lived is a life where you are able to add to the consciousness of believers and add to the consciousness of every other human being and help them understand and elevate in their own consciousness. I had my spiritual awakening much earlier than, I don't know, I ever thought I would. So there's something I've come to realize about awakening. Everybody awakens at a different time. Everybody's at a different consciousness, because everybody is learning on their own pace. Everybody cannot awaken at the same time. However, there are some of us who awaken earlier than others, and I guess our mission is to help the rest of you wake up earlier. Wake up. You need to wake up. You need to wake up from the normal 3D consciousness. You need to wake up from the understanding of just what you see, feel, and touch. Life is beyond your sixth sense, it's beyond your five senses, it's beyond your eyes, your sight, your nose, the feelings you have. It's above all the five things, all your five senses, the taste, everything is above that. You have a sixth sense. You have an extra sense which is embedded in your spirit, which is embedded in your soul. You have to come to understand that you go beyond your physical body. You are not your body. Your body is just a mask. Your body is just a mask that enables you manifest in this physical world. You are not your body. I had my spiritual awakening in 2021, and I believe that will be another video I may have to make about the whole experience, because it was a whole experience on its own. I would say my awakening came as a result of a lot of disappointments with relationship, because I've always been someone who has utterly craved to be in, this fairy tale relationship where I have my partner loves me, I love my partner, and we get married and we have the best family ever. So there was this fairy tale idea of what my relationship should be, and each time I came across somebody I liked, it there was always a resistance. It never really always went as planned. It never really went as I envisioned it to be. And when things are now going out of my control, when it's not going according to my fairy tale script, it's triggering. It's a problem. It's a problem for me. So many a times my love relationship and my love life was going in that direction, and I could not understand why. Because it brought me so much hurt at the end of the day when I've envisioned this person to be my one and only, and at the end of the day I'm being ghosted, or the relationship is not working, or one thing or the other, or I am even the one self-sabotaging and ruining the relationship by myself. So it was at that point when I had reached my peak that I had to wake myself up. I didn't even wake myself up. I woke up on my own. And it's like, girl, you're always having a lot of disappointments in love relationship. Who is the common denominator here? There are some times where you have to call yourself to order and really tell yourself the truth that you are the problem. Yeah. There are some times you really have to call yourself to order and tell yourself the truth that you are the problem. Other people could have their problem, but you also have your problem. So, what is your own problem? Now, let's not talk about how the other person is a heartbreaker and how the other person is a narcissist and how the other person is a cheat. Let's talk about how you are the problem. Let's talk about how you use your own hand to spoil things for yourself. Let's talk about how you use your own hand to self sabotage. Yeah, let's talk about you. Let's talk about how you are so you're not emotionally regulated enough to handle a healthy relationship. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about how you are not emotionally intelligent enough to know when to speak. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about how you're not leaning into your feminine energy and knowing how to really nurture a relationship the way it should be and not how you were taught to be. Let's talk about you, because many a times we tend to forget us and look outside to other people. It's easier to push blame on other people, but what about you? What about you? What about you? So this is just a brief intro back into my channel. I thought to make this video because I just didn't want to come on here and I'm just talking about so many things which already I've kind of started before from my previous video, because I know many of you subscribe to my channel due to beauty content, which was like makeup, skincare products and all of that. However, this baby girl is a kind of baby girl that transitions into whoever she wants to be, and so will my channel. In as much as I do beauty, I still do beauty. Look, I'm beautiful. I'm an esthetician. I still would try my best to bring on aesthetic content here. Majority of the reason why I don't really talk so much about beauty and aesthetics is because I already do that as a business. And personally, I'm trying to find my purpose. I'm trying to understand my purpose, and I'm trying to help people deeper than just beauty. This is beyond beauty. This is beyond aesthetics. This is beyond skincare. I'm trying to find my purpose so much that I can be able to help you go deep down into yourself, dive deep into yourself, go beyond the surface level. We've stayed at the surface level for too much. It's time to go within, because everything comes from within. Everything that is without is within. So thank you for joining me today. I truly do appreciate your presence on my channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope to see you more on my future videos, because you definitely will be seeing more of this beautiful face and also more of what is in the mind of this beautiful face. I love you guys. Have a splendid time.